And welcome back to the action here from Nottingham. It should be a belter, this. France versus Ireland. Two excellent teams here. We've seen both nations produce fantastic performances throughout this competition. France were, in particular, their men's team was superb earlier, and the Irish mixed open team was superb as well. I'm delighted to say, joined by the president of the Portuguese Touch Federation, Amilcar Seco. Amilcar, welcome, first of all. How are you enjoying Nottingham?
Yeah, fantastic town, fantastic tournament. We are very, very pleased to be here. And it's very, very special for Portugal because after 10 years we are back to a European tournament.
Incredible. Oh, lovely blind pass attempted there, but Ireland turned the ball over. But it will head back to France.
Yeah, let's see, after three days of intensive games, the team that arrive in better conditions will have better possibilities to win the game for sure.
Yeah, and I know you play for the men's 40 team as well.
Yeah.
How are the legs?
Yeah, well, I don't know where are my legs already, so but yeah. But you know, when you are playing, you forget about everything. So I think that only after the tournament finish we will realize about that. Yeah. Let's see. So France have a very good day today. They won their two previous games. Ireland lost, but you never know. This is a game that we cannot predict the result.
Forward come France.
Yeah.
And look at the pace there of
Aurélien
Antoine. Hands it off to Jean-Francois. Here's again Jean-Francois Bois. Get quick hands from France. Back with Alexandre Hubert. Montagnat, and then on the outside, can they get through? I think they can. That's Stanislas Justine. And she is down in the corner. That's 1-0 to France inside the first 2 minutes. Lovely finish there from Justine, who scored 2 touchdowns yesterday. She's already got 1 in this match.
They worked very well in the middle. They bring the defense to the middle, and then they pass the ball to the wing. And this is it.
Ireland have no answer to that one, and they'll be looking to follow in the footsteps of their mixed 30s team, which was so good earlier, so impressive. And we'll find out how good this French team are on defence here.
Yeah, a little bit risky there.
Real characteristic of French touch is their quickness and ability with the hands. This is Benjamin Cotte coming forward. And now Florian Escoffier. Taking their time, back to Escoffier. Now is the run going to come from outside? It does, but the touch is made, and Stanislas Justine was waiting again in the wings.
Yeah, now time to come down and try a new move to break defense. Let's see. They are bringing the defense out now.
Escoffier, quickness, just got a slight touch on him there. That's Carl Schulze who made the touch and had to. Escoffier elusive. With Baptiste de Blaise, the number 8. Escoffier. Injection of pace, takes the touch, gets it back. And France go around the outside, beautifully done. That's Astrid Velle with the finish.
You can see
lovely work.
Yeah, you can see that being displayed. The number 10 of France, he was always try to get advantage in one side and another one. Now he show up in the right side, create advantage, and this is it. Fantastic.
Yeah, beautifully done. A little bit of individual magic open the door as Ireland try and come back here with Nicholas Berry. Now Graham Rogers. Good take. Quickly down. And I think that's going to be Ireland's first touchdown for Nick Leung. It is indeed. And that was very, very good from Ireland. Didn't seem to be on, but they made something out of it.
Yeah, because basically France have an aggressive defense, and now you see they are going back. And there is space there. Very good from Ireland.
It's been a high quality start to this game. 5 minutes gone. We've seen 3 scores. Justine, or rather Bouvier, can come on number 6. It's a good dart, and there is Justine on the outside as we've seen her.
Yeah, it was a forward pass, I believe.
That's the signal. Oh
no.
Touchdown given. Justine with maybe a slight look of surprise on her face, but it's a second touchdown for her. Popping up on the left side again. And the quickness in the finish was there, and Ireland are back to being 2 scores down. So, Mikhail, you mentioned your first tournament in a little while with Portugal after a bit of time away. How's it gone for your nation at these championships?
Very well. So touch is growing a lot in Portugal in the past years. So 2 years ago we have around 6 teams playing touch rugby. Now last year we have our first championship, and we have already 15 teams playing. We have our plans for the future and this fantastic game, and I believe that has everything to grow in Portugal. So I am very confident. We have a great support from the European Federation and Federation of International Sport. So we have a plan, and people love touch rugby also in Portugal.
That's what we like to hear. Here comes the flamboyant number 5, Maël Pin. In the yellow boots.
6 more because of that.
Taking over here will be the number 8, Baptiste de Blaise of France. Exchanges passes with Florian Escoffier, and here he is again, the number 4. And over to Pin. Bursts through. Can he find the gap?
It's a touch.
And there was a touch there. Again, it was Carl Schulze who's got a crucial touch on a couple of moments for Ireland. Back here with Pin, the long limbs of the Frenchman. And Ireland turned the ball over.
Now they have to drive until they arrive to the other midfield. So that's
taking over is Berry, and then quickly supported. He might try and go all the way here, needs a pass, throws it up in the air, and it's not caught by an Irish player. It was a good effort there from Graham Rogers.
Yeah. He saw the game, he played with the offside, but then he didn't have support that he needed.
That's back in possession with Pin. It's a slightly heavy touch on Marie Raberin.
They're going to their sub-box again.
Forward come France. This is Damien Alexandre. Number 14. Forward once more. Cote Benjamin, and he's in. He needs a pass, and there it is.
Very well played.
Very nicely done indeed from Cote Benjamin, and finished off really well by Damien Alexandre. Just waited and waited until the opening was there.
So he cannot be touched, he has to wait for another player to pass the ball.
And he was patient enough as well to wait for the pass to come to him. Here come Ireland. Good hands from Leung. And then has a drop, which is unfortunate. France take it back over. Forward when they can. Once more. It's good hands by Jean-Francois Boat. Now Pin. Alexandre Hubert takes over. Needs some support, gets some support. Reverse it around a couple of times. This is lovely from France. The dive from Pin. And touch called. Nearly. It's a long pass, well gathered in. And I think again there's a touch there. That'll be an Irish ball.
It was a very attacking move from France since they take risks from their score line until they arrive to the other area.
Two very different styles of touch here. France are playing with the characteristic flair.
Yeah, the champagne touch. Yeah, you have to have a very skilled players to do what France is doing, that they are taking some risk in their defensive area, so you have to trust a lot in the skills of your player to play like this.
It's part of what makes the European Championship so great to watch, is that you have so many different nations, so many different styles. And of course, I imagine for your nation in particular, it's an education as well in many ways.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we bring a group of guys around the 40s, so for sure that when we are coming back to our club, we will spread everything that we are learning here in Nottingham, and it will be very, very helpful for us in Portugal. This experience here in Nottingham.
Just don't take the weather back with you.
No, for sure not. Yeah. You know that we are joking for a while. We thought that Nottingham is the new Algarve because it was so good weather in the past 2 days.
I was saying to Ben Powell in the last game that this rain that we've currently got, I can't remember the last time it rained in Nottingham, such has been how it's been here for the last few months. They've done a pretty good job of keeping these pitches in good condition. You can see there on the far side what most of the grass in Nottingham looks like at the moment. Good elusiveness from Ireland. They're forced back just a touch there. That's David Pogachnik, who is just caught in the end. Rogers' offload is just in front of Rachel Spear. This is Arlene Mantua. Inside he goes. Hanaski Vele. Now one of the touchdown scorers, Alexandre, takes over. But loses the ball to Ireland. Graham Rogers quickly on the attack. Pace stepped up by Ireland through Hegarty onto Pogachnik. Now with O'Donnell. Pogachnik, you can see, is a terrific athlete. He's very quick. And a dive for the line there by Stephen Troy. Just got a touch on the way down.
Nice touch for Ireland.
So we've got to come up with something a bit creative here.
Yeah, too risky.
Tapping the ball around. Can they find a gap? They might just do that, you know. Oh!
Almost there. Yeah.
Really almost there. And unfortunately, it looks like player on the far side didn't quite see who it was, has picked up a little bit of an injury in the process there. She called immediately for a substitution, pointing at her hip. Coach is all right. Here comes Antoine. Into Boa. It's a mishandle by Alison Bouvier. Okay. Allows Rachel Van Hegarty to take care of him. Okay, back in possession. Lund finds the rangy number 11 Ben Porter. Quentin Rosenthal gets in the way of that one. And just taking their time here, looking to explode into life off the touch.
Defense of France is very well organized. It's not easy to pass through these guys.
Learn. That looked a bit forward. So here come France once more with Quentin Rosenthal. He hands off and then takes over and lets Orléans Antoine have a run. He wanted to go all the way, but he did just get a slight touch. He's forced back. This is Mayalpine. Great elusiveness. Forward they come. They've got players outside. They might go all the way inside. Good touch by Schulzer again. It's the third time he's made a save like that. And then over the line goes Stanislaus Justine. What's the decision from our officials? Is it going to be a Justine hat-trick? It is.
Yeah, great day for the wing here. 3 tries in one game.
Terrific. It's a brilliant finish again from Stanislaus Justine. Have a look at that. Yeah, that looks to be a good call as well.
Yeah.
What is the Portuguese for hat-trick?
Well, in fact, we also use the hat trick.
Okay.
We use the English word.
It's not quite as exciting as answer as I was hoping for.
Sorry for that, but this is the reality. Yeah.
France back in possession with Escoffier. And again, the pace of the French attack is really right up there.
Yeah, Ireland is trying with some strong touch to slow down the attack of France, but it's not easy.
Yeah, France had a mixture of pace and size as well, which means Ireland is struggling to push them back.
Yeah.
You see the size of Alexandre Hubert in the middle and Damien Alexandre. They are big fellas. It's nicely done. Unlucky. So, final minute or so for Ireland before half-time. Dashing forward they go, and they look to be in there.
Yeah,
they are
good.
indeed.
It's
Yeah,
good.
Stephen
Yeah.
Troy with the touchdown for Ireland. Let's go, he says. And that was a little bit easy.
Yeah.
In reality, I think.
He moved inside, and the defense could not come with him.
I think Alexandre almost expected there to be a defender to help him.
Yeah.
comes France again with Marpin. Oh, lovely play. Backhand offloads. Not quite. See it. A few people in the background. They're pitching tents. Do you reckon they've left over the last few days? They've stayed here. Can't get enough. I know you guys have been looked after pretty well at the University of Nottingham.
Yes, all the conditions in Nottingham, from the universities, the sport facilities is not very easy to find. So good facilities like we have found here is just amazing.
And that will bring the half to a close, that play. Terrific half of touch. France absolutely superb at times. Ireland, though, are staying with them, and it's not over yet. They are 3 behind, but some promising signs from the Irish, and don't write them off in this game just yet. Second half, we'll be with you shortly. In the meantime, we spoke to Simon Clare. He's the England women's coach, and he's been speaking to us.
Simon Clare, England Women's Open, the head coach. How much pressure are you guys under this weekend? How much pressure are you putting under putting yourselves under?
Yeah, we're obviously under quite a lot of pressure. We're coming in as favourites. We've got a long unbeaten record in the tournament, and we obviously don't want to be the team that loses that. So there's obviously pressure on every game we go into.
And how are the girls responding to that?
I don't know. They don't seem to feel the pressure that much. I don't think they know the processes that we've been through at training, so they're well prepared. So they go into each game the same. I don't think they feel necessarily more pressure in any one game. They don't want to lose any game.
Yeah, we saw that in the game against France yesterday, and the way that when you saw the French score with 40 seconds to play, what went through your mind, and then what went through your mind 20 seconds later when you went over for the winning touchdown?
Yeah, it was. It was a tough morning. They put the pressure on themselves, obviously, with the way that they performed in that game. They've made quite a lot of errors, and they know that. They came off the field. During the game, they knew they were making mistakes, and I think they just added to their own pressure, not necessarily of the game in general, but the expectations of each player playing at this level. They want to perform, and it was a tight game, and obviously we got out of jail because we scored just after they did. So we're lucky.
And when you get to the latter stages of day 3, inevitably thoughts start turning to tomorrow. Is that almost when the danger of losing that winning run starts?
Yeah, I think last time out in Jersey, we got to the final and we were progressing nicely through the tournament and everything was going nice and smooth. But obviously the finals are a completely different scenario. So they will add an extra pressure, and we've got a lot of young girls in there, a lot of debutantes this year. But from the game this afternoon, I'm pretty confident that it's now maybe out of the system. That should have been the game that they were most nervous about, and a final's a different kettle of fish. Maybe they'll revert back to being nervous, but hopefully not. They've got one out of the belt, so yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And welcome back. There's the French sideline. It's Stephen Jameson and Amilcar Secco with you on the commentary here for France versus Ireland in the mixed open competition. And looks like the French team are having some fun on the sideline. I've been told they've been dancing away, but I think they're getting a little bit camera shy. Understandable. Male team is thinking about it. So we await the klaxon for the start of the second half. Amilcar, what do Ireland need to do to get back into this game?
Well, let's see. Ireland plays a very, let's say, more conservative touch, not risking so much. So the rain may have an impact for the second half. Let's see, because France, they take some more risk. I think that they are trying to get to their subline with only 1 or 2 touches, so they can have more 4 touches to try to finalize their moves. And Ireland, if you count when they are coming from the defense to the subline, they need more or less 3 touches. Let's see what it will be the impact of the rain in the game of France. But they have also, it's a very dynamic team, and they have very good skills. Let's see.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Of course, the rain adds. You can see there the Irish player just keeping the ball dry. Of course, it will invite more handling errors, which could affect France a little bit more. They've got a little bit more flair and creativity with the ball out of the hands.
Yeah. So maybe France will play a little bit more close together and not putting the game so far away in their defensive line. Let's see.
Oh, we are just about ready to go. It's Ireland who get us back underway, and straight on the attack is Nick Lung, and followed by Joseph O'Donnell, Stephen Troy. And okay, back to Troy, who was one of the touchdown scorers in the first half. Lung, here's the other. Lung takes over at dummy half, needs a pass, finds a pass. And there is a delayed klaxon. We are definitely running on time though. 30 seconds already gone of this second half. Lung. Oh, that's not a bad try. But it's been given as a touch, and it was the 6th one for Ireland. It was a good effort though. France can look to run this out. Oh, with good hands. There's the element of risk that you see.
You see, in 2 touches they are in sub-box. Now they have 4 to try to score.
Here's Escoffier taking over his Hubert. And now Antoine. Hubert will just slow things down. Antoine goes the other way. Options available for France here. And they are in, are they? No, there was a touch. There's a good chance there. Ireland just got across right at the last moment. Important defending. Hegarty. Again, as you mentioned, by the time Ireland gets their sub box, it's 3 touches. Just as you were saying, Amilcar. Here goes Bagachnik, and again on the run. Slowing things down is Ben Porter. Officials blown up, not happy with something. Eventually Ireland back on the move with Porter. Quick ball, finds Rachel Spear, but she had nowhere to go. Off the ball from Aisling Gill. Oh, nice. Now is there a pass? There it is. Oh, and there was the chance. And what a good chance it was as well. I think it's Rebecca Phelan on the far side. Couldn't quite bring it in. Maybe we'll give her the benefit of the doubt with the wet ball.
Yeah, for sure it's not easy to grab this ball.
Great chance though, and if Ireland are to get back into it, they have to take them. And the run is Charlene Montagnat, and eventually it works its way through to Aurélien Antoine, and there's another handling error. I think it is becoming more and more difficult with the greasy conditions. It's difficult to make out, but the rain is falling here in Nottingham. It has been for the last half hour or so. I think everyone not playing is actually quite grateful for it. Everyone playing, rather it was dry. Here comes Lung. It's French ball. So a couple of instances right at the start of the second half where handling is clearly becoming more difficult as Hubert comes forward. Oh, that's nicely played by Jean-Francois Bois. Stanislas Justine, and France are going for the corner here with Cote Benjamin. And the officials are just going to confer. And I think they've lost the ball. I think it was grounded. Lost control of it. Irish turnover. Lung. Seeing a lot of the ball. He eventually takes a rest in the sub box. Taking over is Gill. And here's Bagachnik. Stephen Troy onto Joseph O'Donnell. Pace from O'Donnell. But dropped the ball. I'm finding it difficult, but they might get a good chance here. That's another little handling error. I think it's tough out there at the moment.
Yeah, you know, for one side it's 3 days of tournament and it's the last game of the day, and with the rain we cannot take risk now. It's very difficult.
Joseph O'Donnell thought about a dive for the line there. Might make it. Bagachnik. There's an island ball. You can see how slippy it is. Little grin on the face of Stephen Troy. And there's one greasy ball at the moment. Difficult for both teams. Right, some very precise handling, and that's wonderful from France in the circumstances. Oh, and there you see it. Maybe the French just can't play that style of rugby now. Or touch, I should say.
They have to play more close together and not take so many risks until they arrive to the other one.
Bursting forward, that's a good pass. Can she get over? I think she can. Oh, she lost control of it. Rachel Spear. It's a tough call. Let's take another look at this. It was really close. Great work. She goes for the line. Oh, it's tough.
Very tough, yeah. Very well played, but lost control.
Oh, terrific break by Aurélien Antoine. Little hot step and he's gone. He's off to the races, and eventually Ben Porter catches him, and he is quick.
You know, Antoine, he was playing in Portugal this year with his team, touched Toulon in the tournament, and he was the MVP of the tournament. He's a very good touch player.
And there he is. Just as you say that, he's proving his worth. Aurélien Antoine.
Yeah, brilliant.
Really, the touchdown for France, and he deserved that just for the pace of his last run. Exactly. It was an incredible go. Nice and simple in the end for France there. His defence just gave way for a moment. And Graham Rogers, I think that's his first introduction in the second half, and just caught out again by the slippery nature of the ball. Here comes Alexandre. Taking over is Montagnac. And now Alexandre again. Oh, and just through the hands of Alexandre Hubert. It's tough out there, especially in a sport where the ball spends so much time on the ground.
Yeah, it's a very demanding sport. But Irish guys have to not take so long time to get in the sub. They are taking too much time, which is normal at this period of the game.
It's a tough pass. Let's quickly recycle with Maëlle Pine. Forward goes Charlene Montagnac. And Pine again. Taking over. It's Baptiste Blaise. Here he is. Fires it across, but a little bit too low. Jean-Francois Barre won't rein that in. into their sub box a little quicker this time. Carrying forward his spear. Lund takes over now. His teammates to come with him. Pop pass over the top. And with a big effort over to the far side, it was ambitious.
Let's see, they have 6 more, I believe.
They do. Short set finds Porter. Three Irish boys in the middle. Dictating the play. Force France back, and a little bit more space. Patience, France non-committal. Bogacnik dodges one, does he get there? No, touch called. Close. Opens up.
Let's see.
And the catch is made. Now they claim a touch, France. And they get it. It was the 6th one. And they'll turn the ball over. Just wonder if they couldn't have gone further into the end zone there and tried to make something happen. It was
it's not easy, you know, because you have to look for someone of your team to pass, and you have the other team making pressure on you, but it was almost there.
Back come France, and there's Antoine.
It is.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
They made that look so easy.
See that he came from the other side, and he goes to the open space, and then he breaks the defense.
Yeah, really good work from Aurélien Antoine. It's good work in the build-up by Quentin Rosantil. Now, Ireland take a couple of tumbles. 5 points back. Again, patient. Oh, it's a good touch flying out. Who else? Antoine. Effective at both ends. That's the 6th touch. Ireland are finding this tough. Oh, and here they go. He broke the line, Alexandre Hubert. And he is away, and will score.
Yeah, the teams are getting tired, and now every mistake will lead to this type of situations. For sure that at the beginning of the game this will not happen, but now it's more. The probabilities are higher.
Alexandre Hubert drives over to make it a 6-point game. 8-2 to France. Oh, beautifully done. Was there a touch? Yes, I think there was. So close to being a brilliant touchdown.
Yeah, they deserve this touchdown. They were working a lot in the second half.
Surprising in a way, they haven't yet broken through.
Yeah, they have their chances, but let's see now. Yeah, not yet.
There's the 6th touch. And a painful one, I think, there for the Irish player. I think he just took a knock to the head as he tumbled. So it's still Troy. And we're back in France with Maupin. quick and difficult to pin down. Forward they come once more. This is Nottingham. Into half. There's Baptiste de Blaise. Quentin, Rosenthal, Nottingham. It's opening up for them again. That was potentially over-ambitious. Don't think
short pass.
Jean-Francois Boat needed to do that. Had the ball back. Five minutes left then, or just under, more like 4 for Ireland to try and find a touchdown in this second half. They've had a lot of the ball, and really France have just been restricted to counter-attacks in the main.
Yes, yeah. So Ireland is able to arrive to the near the scoreline of France, but then France have a very well organized defense. It's not easy to pass the France defending team.
So the final day of competition tomorrow, Amilcar. How much are you, one, looking forward to it, but two, not looking forward to it because it'll mean it's all over?
Yeah, it passed very quickly. So yeah, you see, it's almost finishing. So tomorrow we have the last day, and then let's see. But we have to enjoy until the last minute this fantastic tournament here in Nottingham.
Ball back in the last few minutes. France turn it over and they immediately look to get themselves in.
It's a touch.
Good touch by Aisling Gill. Although, that's been given, I think. Quentin Rosenthal gets himself a touchdown. Now this was close. Aisling Gill was adamant she got a touch here. Oh, it is close. She was adamant. She might consider herself a little unlucky. France have run away with this in the second half. It was 5-2 at half time. It's now 9. And what's next on the horizon for your Portugal team, Amilcar? Obviously the Europeans are so close to finishing now, but as we see, is that a touch? Yes, it is. What's next for you guys?
Yeah, well, now we have we will close the season after this tournament. We will come back in September with our regional and national tournaments. We will try to give a next step in Portugal. We will start to step in the universities. And who knows, to try to organize some international event for national teams. Let's see very soon.
Ooh. Sounds exciting.
Yeah, let's see.
Final minute then here in this game. We've still got 2 more to come for you. BBC Sport. England versus Jersey is next up in the men's 40s. And then we've got Wales against Scotland in the mixed open. Should be a really, really exciting game. Now Pin takes over for France, and there's his Alexandre. Just slowing the ball right down. And no surprise that Hubert, after his big run earlier, wants to take a bit of a breather. They're going to be in once more, are they? It looks like it. That is Astrid Verlet. And she is in for one more score. France put up double figures. A really nicely worked move, this.
Yes. We take 2 players with him. Now. And this is it.
Ireland going for one last attack here. officials on this pitch. Did start us about 30 seconds earlier, so listen out for the klaxon in 30 seconds time. Is that a touchdown? Have Ireland got there? Yes, they do get their score, and
really
I'm pleased for them.
this one.
They've worked really hard for this.
They worked really hard in the second half, but the try was not. And now they have their touchdown.
Yeah, good ovation. And they do indeed get themselves over the line, and that will do us, I think, here for the game. Yes, the two teams shake hands. France get the victory over Ireland, and ultimately it was a very impressive performance from France.
Yeah, great team. Let's see what tomorrow will bring to them.
And Amilcar, thank you so much for joining me on the commentary. It's been a real pleasure. Best of luck for tomorrow.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. So thanks a lot, and congratulations to AFT England Touch for this brilliant tournament and this whole organization. Okay, we are very pleased to be here. So thanks to all.
I'm sure you're very, very welcome, Amilcar. Thanks for joining us. We have our next game up for you very, very shortly. It's England against Jersey, and we'll be back with you next.
Joined by Jeff Boré from the French mixed open team, fresh from a good win over Ireland. How was it for your team? You know, how good was that win for you?
Good evening, everyone. It was very good for us. Now we are qualified for the semi-final, so it was good for us. We make a good match against a very good team of Ireland. So we played together with my mate, and it was very, very good pleasure to play it all together and to win this match.
It is a very competitive division, lots of teams who all want to win, yourselves, England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales. What were your ambitions coming into the tournament?
So now we are in semi-final. We don't know yet if we play against Scotland or Wales. We think they are the first of the tournament. So we will try to do our best to win the match, and I think in semi-final it will be hard, but we'll do the best for him.
The Scotland-Wales game is coming up shortly after we air this interview. Are you going to be watching?
Yeah, we're going to see the match to watch which win, and we don't hope to be against Scotland or Wales. We will see, and tomorrow will be another day, and we'll make a good match.
Will you be analysing it? Will you be watching it all together, kind of making notes as to how the teams play?
I think tonight we watch a lot of video about the team we play together tomorrow. I think the three teams, England, Wales and Scottish, because we don't know which team we will play. So we will analyse all the match, and we'll try to make the best of us.